Hello everyone, Jax here, and today I'll be showing you how to win the Spanish Civil War really fast and conquer all of France to earn the One King, Two Crowns achievement in Hearts of Iron 4. However, this method does require that you revert back to patch 1.9.0, so I will show you how to do that real fast. First, in your Steam library, find your Hearts of Iron 4 game and right-click on it, go to Properties, and then Betas, and then where it says select the beta you'd like to opt into, just revert back to 1.9.0 Husky Old. Then click close and it should start installing. And then as soon as that finishes, just launch the game as normal. Okay, and once you get into the game, make sure you've got Husky V 1.9.0 down here in the bottom. And you'll just start it up like normal. Go into single player, start a new game, 1936. You can check out Spain over here. Make sure you're in Iron Man mode. Historical AI focuses, I leave those on. I don't think it really matters either way. And head into the game. Now, the most important part of winning the Spanish Civil War within like a week before the front lines set in is where you place your army. So make sure you get everybody here, all the Spanish armies into one. Go ahead and put them under general if you want to. And you're going to want to take the first three here, place them on Cadiz. Next three, throw them on Sevilla. This is very similar to a method developed by Feedback Gaming. Make sure you take your cavalry, your one cavalry unit, and throw them on Valencia, because that's a very important victory point that we want to keep. Once the war starts, also put 3 on Malaga and Granada. The rest of the points don't matter that much for this. Technology really isn't that important. I go support weapons 1, interwar artillery, and the superior firepower, and I'll just continue rushing those technologies, infantry ahead of time, artillery ahead of time, whatever. So it really isn't that important. Neither is the construction you do. You can just throw some military factories down. Now you want to put all of your factories and all the new ones built into infantry equipment 1. And you're going to go ahead and go with the A Great Spain focus. And we'll just move on until we get to the election. Okay, so before the election fires, the Great Spain focus will finish, and you'll want to go ahead and continue down the nationalist tree, hand over the CETA campaign chest, and here in a few days the election event should fire, and we'll start playing with the Civil War decisions. Here it is, 16 February, the Spanish election, 1936. Maybe slow down the game first, and you can start by, you're just going to be pressing suppress the strikes, I believe, 3 times before the Civil War ends. And you'll want to start here by expanding your influence in the Sevilla, Cordoba, and Granada regions, as well as the Valencia region. By the end of all this, you want to make sure you have at least 1 tick in each of these regions so that your units don't get booted out as soon as the Civil War starts. After Suppress the Strikes finishes, we're just going to double down and do it again. And now that with this, we're going to choose which by God, Fatherland, and King we will win. And that'll put us into the Carlist focus tree. We can go ahead and grab the war in the north, just because if for some reason you failed to finish the Civil War before the front lines set in or whatever, the big debuff everybody gets, that'll help you hopefully end it a little quicker. First of all, I'm going to take this unit here from the Army of Africa and have them naval invade Barcelona. We're going to take this one over here and have them also in their own army naval invade Alicante. And really, we can just set them all up on something to invade navally. Go and put 1 on Murcia. Oops. And 1 on... Oops. Gerona over here. Might as well throw the last one onto Tortosa. We might not get all of these. The important one that we really, the only one we really need is Barcelona. Over here, we will, first of all, I want to make sure these guys hold Granada. Make sure he holds in Malaga. Try to take these two guys into their own army. They don't really need leaders for this. It's going to be too fast for leaders to even matter, so don't worry about that. Just make sure these guys stay on these provinces. Cordoba. Then take most of these guys in the north and put them into their own army. About 20, 21, 22 of them, and put them on this front line down here. Draw an offensive line similar to this. Put them on aggressive and start attacking. And you're going to want to just path for Madrid as directly as you can. Want to pin these 4 units, and we'll have these guys try to path around into Madrid. Pin these guys over here. Put them into there to hold Valencia. And it doesn't really matter what these guys do. Now, over here near Bilbao and Oviedo, create another army with pretty much everybody who's left. Throw them on a front line there. I don't want to engage him. Try to rush for Oviedo. And we're going to have to wait a second and hope that the AI abandons Bilbao, which they should. And hopefully we'll be able to sneak in there real fast. Alright, I think we've got everybody set. We're going to want to put our navies into one. We have to wait a second, I guess. Yeah, we have to wait an hour, I think. And we can put our navies onto naval invasion support here in the Western Mediterranean Sea. Where are we? 100%. There we go. So you don't even need Madrid if you take all those other, but taking Madrid, if you take Madrid, essentially once you take Barcelona, the civil war should end if you have one of these 2 northern cities. So now the civil war is over, we can just bypass all of these. Focus is here. So that took about 35 days, it looked like, which is actually the longest I've had it take so far. Alright, these don't matter that much. I would recommend your first one, your first policy you do is limited conscription. The rest of it really doesn't matter. Go ahead and take all of your armies. You can just put them into one now. And throw them on the French border. All of them. And start training these infantry brigades. Make sure they're the brigades. As many as you can. Have them set to deploy there in Navarra. And now all we're going to do is rush through these focuses, confirm the fueros, settle the succession question, Dios Patria Rey, restore the empire and claim the French throne, and invade France. Alright, so now we finished restore the empire. We're going to go ahead and claim the French throne and start preparing for our invasion of France. So first of all, take these 24 infantry brigades that I had you make. Go ahead and convert them to our cavalry. And then delete all but 10 of them. I had us make a little too many. And we will assign 3 of these to navally invade Calais. another 3 to invade from Oviedo to Tiepa. Then we're going to send 2 more to Cherbourg over here. And the last 2 will be going on their own. 1 to Lorient and 1 to Nantes. And they don't really need a leader, but we'll give them 1. And this should be a very fast war when it actually happens. And everybody else that you have, your 18 or so units from the Civil War, just put them on the French front line, make this offensive line, and set them to aggressive and start it. We'll go and give them a general too. And we'll wait until we get the war goal. Okay, and as soon as you finish claiming the French throne, you can just start, it doesn't really matter, you can do restore the monarchy. And we are going to instantly declare war, start our naval invasions, and have these guys attack. Down south, or here in northern Spain, southern France, try to rush straight for some of these victory points, just in case everything doesn't go to plan perfectly up around Normandy. We'll have a couple extra victory points to help us in this war. Now these guys should be... Oh, almost forgot. Make sure you set your fleet over here to support the naval invasion. And there they go. Everyone is off. Now when these 2 units land in Brittany, they should drag most of the French army that's not here over to them in Brittany, and pulling them away from the northern France area. Looks like we've got 1 holdout here in, was that Le Havre? Oh, God. You're going to want these guys to, at least the Rennes isn't as important because it's only worth 1. You're going to want to send this one that lands in Lorient over to Brest. And as soon as these guys make a landing here at Cherbourg, we're going to send them just straight for Paris, one of them, and the other one to Rhône. We're going to run into them there most likely. These guys that land in Dieppe, 1 to Rhône, 1 to Paris, and 1 to Amiens. They should all be moving, good. And Calais will engage this unit in Dunkirk. Send 1 to Lille and 1 to Rheims. Make sure we engage them in Dunkirk so we hold them there. And I think, okay, and if there's someone in Paris, you want to wait for them to move out. Let's go ahead and move him so we can catch this tank there. Hopefully this guy will be able to make it into Paris. I think that should end the war if we can get there first. Alright, I think this should be good. Check, yeah, 100%. So, at this point, the war will end. You can take everything you need from France. Straight down to take all states. And at this point, if you haven't already gotten it, like I have, you will earn the 1 King, 2 Crowns achievement. So thank you everybody for watching. I hope this was helpful, and I'll see you guys next time.